Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne amenü sallu aleyhi ve sellimu teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber. Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya aleyhissalam. Hayya aleyhissalam. Hayya aleyhissalam. Hayya aleyhissalam. Allahu ekber, Allahu ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmedullah Teala ve nastaghfiru ve neşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike lah. Ve neşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluh. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve ashabihi ve etba'i hulafai raşidin mahdin. Min ba'dihi ve zelamet ala tahkik. Hususan minhu alamet hulafai raşidin ala tahkik. Umaral mu'minin Hazreti Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali. Ve ala bakı sahabe tabi'in ridvanullah Teala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhal mu'minul hazirun. İttakullah Teala ve tehu innemellezine tekvellezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Afdalü salatu ve atammu et teslim ala seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. O believers, or you who believe, welcome to you on the day of Jummah, the day that the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying it is the best day that the sun has ever risen on. And on this honored day in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are gathering together for the Jummah prayer to sit and to listen to the Khutbah, to take the advice, to put the advice into our lives, and to run to become better believers. But the Khutbah and the Jummah today, like the Muslims of today, they have fallen so low. This mimbar, it is the maqam of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And from this station of Rasulullah ﷺ, from east to west, Muslims are using the Jummah prayer and the Khutbah for dunya. Today they are doing it. They are using it for fundraising. They are using it to build their fame. They are using it to spread their ideologies. So the Khutbah that there is supposed to cure the hearts of the believers is now being used to spread more love of dunya. We have reached to the time that the Holy Prophet ﷺ told us about in his Hadith Sharif, when he said, in the Akhir Zaman, mankind, the men, they will come forward who will use their religion cheatingly, fraudulently, for worldly ends, for their worldly benefit. And they will wear sheepskins in public to show that they are humble. Their tongues will be sweeter than sugar, but their hearts will be the hearts of wolves. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. O believers, do not pull the anger of Allah towards yourselves. Run away from the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. and to run away from Allah's wrath, Allah's anger, a man must know what makes his Lord angry. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam once asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, "O my Lord, who is the most deserving of your anger and your displeasure?" And Allah Rabbul Izzat answered, "It is he whose heart is filled with pride and his tongue is filthy. His eyes have no shame. His hands, they are stingy. And he has bad adab, and his character is bad." And in Surah Al-Nahl, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, "Certainly, he does not love the proud ones." So what is this pride that is so hated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is this pride that Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying that the one who has even a mustard seed of pride, of arrogance in his heart, cannot enter into paradise? Why is it so hated for a man to have pride? Because being proud is an attribute that is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said in the Hadith Qudsi, "Pride is my garment, and haughtiness my mantle. Whoever competes with me for them, I will throw him into hell." So the man who becomes proud is becoming rebellious to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the man who is proud, he has forgotten his position in relation to his Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is saying in the Holy Quran to remind man of his nothingness before his Lord, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, "And Allah is free of need, and you are the needy." And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing men who forget themselves in Surah Al-Yasin, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, "Doesn't man see that it is we who created him from just a drop of sperm? Yet look, he stands forward as an open rebel, an open enemy." The founder of this rebelliousness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first one to become proud and arrogant in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the first one to try to compete with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the enemy of the Bani Adam, Shaitan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us of this incident in Surah Al-Baqarah, saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, "And remember when we said to the angels, prostrate yourselves before Adam. And they prostrated, except Iblis. He refused and was proud and was one of the disbelievers." So the man who becomes proud is following the example of Shaitan. And following Shaitan is making a partner to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is worshipping to Shaitan. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to mankind in the Quran, "Did I not take an oath from you, O children of Adam, that you should not worship Shaitan? He is your open enemy." So the man who is arrogant, in reality, he is worshipping to Shaitan. These warnings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should be making that one with faith in his heart to be shaking. And we must be asking ourselves, how can we make sure that we die without having pride and arrogance in our hearts at the time that Azrael visits us? The only way to clean ourselves of pride and arrogance is to conquer the ego. And the only way to conquer the ego is to submit to a friend of Allah. Because the ego cannot be conquered alone. You cannot conquer the ego without a master. As our Shaykh, Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim Kabrisi Rabbani, is teaching us, saying, your enemy is your ego. Your ego is your worst enemy. And you don't know your ego until you submit yourself to a master who teach yourself your ego. Submission comes with obedience. There's no submission with disobedience. Disobedient ones, no hope to those ones for safety. No hope. Disobedient. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, when we create them again in the judgment day, they will say, "Oh our Lord, now we understand the reality. Send us back. We keep your orders and we come back." And Allah is saying to them, no need. We tried you one time, not once, but if we send you 1,000 times more, you are still going to become like this. So, no need. Now it's for you to be non-existent. You're wasted. O believers, those who are calling themselves murids of Sahib al-Sayf, understand the heaviness of these words. This life is given to us once. We must not waste it. Do not waste this life in arrogance, in pride, in jealousy, in envy, living according to the nafs. We must live with obedience. We must live with submission. We must live with muhabbat. Live so that when you die, we can be reunited with our Shaykh and hear the call from our Lord. O you soul at peace, return to your Lord well pleased and pleasing unto Him. Enter among my servants. Enter into my gardens. Ya Rabbi, let us to die as that kind of believer. Do not let us to die with even a mustard seed of pride in our hearts. And let us be with our Shaykh, Sahib al-Sayf, Shaykh Abdul Kabir Ya Rabbani, in this life and in the next. Amin. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, lazim alazi la ilaha illa wa hayyul qayyum, tawbatan abdu لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد على كل شيء قدير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك كنت من الظالمين سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح سبح قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة والروح إن دين عند الله الإسلام.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا